So once you've got your introduction done, you're up to the body stage. And the body stage is the most important part because it forms most of your answer. This is where you'll get most of your marks from. You won't get so many for your introduction and your conclusion. You obviously will help if they're very, very clear, but you'll get most of your marks here. And they follow this structure as you can see in the image here. So you've got 1 paragraph, 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs, or ever many you have. We're going to number them in this case, and the reason why we're going to number them is because it makes it much easier to know what each of your points are. So this will be my first point, this will be my second point, and this will be my third point. They shouldn't all just carry on together. So if you've got 3 paragraphs that all say the same thing, you need to probably change something. It is the most important part of each essay you write this, as I mentioned before. And you need to really focus a lot of your attention here. And in your body, you must argue all of your points and explain why they answer your question. This is the whole point of it. And this part here is something that particularly ones who do essay writing a lot can sometimes overlook. You need to explain why they answer the question. Each main point should be a new paragraph. So as I mentioned before, you shouldn't just start at 1 and continue with 1 all the way down here. You should have at least a couple of points. Now, you don't always have to have 3. You can have more, you can have less, depending on the length of the essay and what it is you're writing about. But let's put it this way. You wouldn't have 1, you would have 2, you would have 3, you could have 4, you wouldn't have any more than 4. All right, any more than 4 main points and you've got too many and so on. So you don't want to have any more than 4 or any less than 2. Now each main point should be in a different paragraph. So we're going to go through the different parts of the body here, and this is how they should be set out. First of all, you have a topic sentence. And the meaning of a topic sentence is a very short sentence. Well, not a very short, but it can be a short, simple or simple type of sentence where you repeat one main point from your introduction. We had, for instance, pigs are not able to float, so that would be my topic sentence. So we got there, pigs are not able to float. That is about a good length for a topic sentence. Yes, you can make it a bit longer if you've got a more difficult question, but otherwise, it's something really easy like that. So we're gonna rub that out again. Your discussion. So then you've got to explain why that sentence I just wrote is correct, is right, and also give some reasons why. So explain why everything you've said there is correct. You then need to prove that is something called evidence. It's proof, which you can get from a text if you're writing about a story. You get from a quote, if you can find a quote, either from a story or from somewhere else, or from a fact. So something that you can prove that you've been able to find and that is true. All right, if you write about something that's not true, obviously your essay is not going to go quite as well. It should prove that your answer is right. And finally, we have something called a lead out. Now what that is it's where you finish up this paragraph and then start to move towards the next one. So you can either do that in a couple of ways. First of all, you can write a concluding sentence. So something that tidies everything up. And it should do that anyway. So it's just like a quick ending. Or you can try and introduce. So think of it this way, you're trying to link 1 and 2 together. So if this is your first main idea, and then you've got one underneath it, you attach the first one to the second one. So it just flows a little bit better. So you think like a river, it doesn't just jump from one thing to the next, it just smooth flows. So think of it like that. So our topic sentence, pigs are too heavy to float. Okay, we wrote that down before, but that's our example of a topic sentence here. Their large bodies and weight mean that they're not able to float, which is one way a creature can fly. To float, a pig would need to be lighter than air. So these are reasons why a pig can't float. They have large bodies, they're heavy, they're not able to float, which is one of the ways a creature can fly. They need to be lighter than air, which a pig is not. So all of these reasons are a reason why pigs cannot too heavy to float. And then your evidence. So our evidence is the weight of a pig. An average pig weighs 200 kilograms, and because of this weight, it is not lighter than air. So there's something that proves it, and we've got here a fact, as in the average weight of a pig is about 200 kilograms. For this reason, a pig is unable to float and cannot fly. So we've got there from the beginning to the end, your paragraph, all right? And it starts off by explaining something. It then discusses the reasons why. It gives a bit of evidence and then finishes up by saying the reason why.